Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FWE Reload. I'm Brandon Benefield alongside the great Gerard Bonner. And, well, it's time for some mixed tag team action, GB.
It certainly is, and here we see a team that we are familiar with here at FWE. That would be Psycho Boy Fodder, the Psycho Girl, Angelina Love. Collectively, they are known as Psycho Love, and they're here for mixed tag team action.
That's right, it's going to be the battle of two married couples here as Psycho Love will take on the team of Brad Attitude and Amy Love. So, in fact, it'll be two married couples, but it'll also be the battle of love as you have Amy Love and Angelina Love on opposite teams here, GB.
You know, I heard someone once say love don't cost a thing. I beg to differ, and this match certainly will remind us of this. I'm very, very interested to see who in this match will take a Love TKO.
Well, GB, we've also heard that love conquers all. Well, in this case, will Angelina Love conquer or will Amy Love conquer? We're about to find out.
Well, I'll tell you what, my money would go on the 20-year veteran right now, Angelina Love. However, in comma, this team that they're going to be facing, they've got a unique connection here.
The husband and wife team who hails from Boone, North Carolina. Please welcome one-star Brad Attitude and the supermodel, Amy Love.
I'll tell you, this great crowd here at the House of Sports in Wake Forest, North Carolina, coming alive for some North Carolina natives. Brad Attitude and his wife. Where is she? Here she comes.
Here she comes.
Amy Love. Look at Amy Love looking oh so fine here with the Angels wings on. I'll tell you, GB. And look at Brad Attitude with that outfit. I almost wore the same thing. How embarrassing would that have been?
Well, you know, it's never good to wear the exact same outfit, particularly with someone that is of the stature of Brad Attitude, for sure. And I'll tell you what's so interesting, you know, when we start talking about married couples and what these people have done, we've heard, of course, that Amy Love is a supermodel, and I'm interested in how a supermodel will fare against one of the beautiful people.
Absolutely, and of course, Brad Attitude, a former two-time tag team champion at FCW. He's also the current AML heavyweight champion. But tonight, we're going to see him in mixed tag team action here. Two married couples, as we mentioned, Brad Attitude, Amy Love, taking on Psycho Boy Fodder and Angelina Love.
For sure, and you know, you're talking about Brad Attitude. He's someone who is world-traveled. He was at one time a tag team champion alongside Dolph Ziggler, which is pretty exciting to see. But of course, we know how world-traveled Fodder is. He's been all over the wrestling world, and Angelina Love, a 7-time women's world champion.
You see Psycho Love a little reluctant to get into the ring now to start this matchup, but again, they like to play those mind games, GB.
They certainly love playing mind games, and I think that's a big part of their strategy in terms of people not being able to predict which way they're going to come. It's not going to be about strength and power for Psycho Love. Instead, they are all about strategy. They're about breaking rules, and they're about chemistry. I'll tell you what's interesting about this one. They are accustomed to facing people, as we get the bell, they're accustomed to facing people who don't have the kind of marital or intimate bond that they have. How will they fare against another team that is married and just as connected?
That's a great point, GB. We're going to find out here. But again, playing the mind games, Angelina Love already getting in the ear of the referee here, trying to cause a little head games here, I guess, for Amy Love and Brad Attitude. And oh, look at this. Angelina Love already going to tag out, not even going to start this matchup. And Fodder, I think Fodder wants to get his hands on Amy Love here.
Yeah, but this is certainly a traditional mixed tag team match, which means the men battle the men and the women battle the women, and our referee is ensuring that that happens.
Yeah, at least it's supposed to be that way. Let's see if it can stay that way. But we know with Psycho Love, anything is possible now as we have a collar and elbow tie-up with Brad Attitude and Psycho Boy Fodder.
You know, Brad Attitude would love nothing more than to be able to score the win here over Fodder. But Fodder is, endearing himself to the crowd as he does seemingly everywhere he goes.
You know, like him or not, you know, and I tend to not most of the time, but I will tell you, we have called matches for Fodder all over the country. And
did you see the strut there from Brad Attitude?
Look at the strut from Brad Attitude. But we call matches all over the place for Psycho Love. And I almost kind of feel bad sometimes because the crowd always is letting these guys have it.
But you know, I think Psycho Love would have it no other way. They don't want to endear themselves to the crowd. For them, it's us against the world, and that works really well for them.
Right now you see Brad Attitude working on that left arm, the left wrist of Psycho Boy Fodder as he heads into the ropes, trying to get him to break up that hold.
There's such an interesting dynamic here when you're dealing with two married couples. On one hand, the women, you know, they certainly want to ensure that their voices are heard, but the men want to be able to say, hey, I went out and won this for our family. You've got to wonder how that's playing into things here with this matchup, because as you can see, most of the time in the ring has been spent by the men.
And so far in this matchup, GB, both guys seem to be about the same size, seem to be fairly evenly matched up there, but there's a big shoulder tackle there from Brad Attitude. Now a side headlock takeover. Head scissors now from Psycho Boy Fodder. And now he's going to return the favor. Side headlock takeover his own. Now head scissors from Brad Attitude.
You know, I often wonder sometimes when people go into matches like this, how much research they do on their opponent, because if that's the case, I'm sure right now Brad Attitude is being caught off guard by Fodder really employing his wrestling skills.
Now Brad Attitude back to that left arm again, working on that arm ringer. I think he's rung it up twice already.
Certainly has, and Brad Attitude right now is taking this matchup at his specific pace, not at the pace that Fodder likes. Fodder likes something that's a bit more chaotic, as well as a space that is methodical.
And now ringing it up one more time, but now finally Fodder with a thumb to the eye, trying to create some separation, and now he's going to go to work on the arm of Brad Attitude.
One thing Fodder's going to do is he's going to find a way to break the momentum, and he does that often by breaking the rules, and he did that with that poke in the eye, and now he's going to work on the arm of Brad Attitude.
Ooh, nobody home for Fodder, but ooh, Brad Attitude connects with that knife edge chop.
Attitude with a big response, and Attitude is looking over at his wife saying, hey, I got this. Don't even worry about it. Matter of fact, you may not even have to come into the ring tonight.
Ooh, my goodness, put a little pepper on that one, GB.
Certainly did.
And of course, as we know, one thing that Psycho Love takes great pride in is that they have yet to lose a mixed tag match, but there's a big high cross body.
Well, that record could be broken here tonight.
Now,
deep arm drag there by fellow North Carolina native Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who made a lot of waves here in this state.
now Fodder going to head to the outside, try to collect his thoughts here, try to shake out the cobwebs, but you look at Brad Attitude on the inside, clearly with something in mind. He's going to hit the ropes.
Oh, but look at that.
Angelina Love running interference there, preventing Brad Attitude from hitting a dive on the outside.
And this could be one of the major differences.
Slap right across the face, and now Amy Love going to enter the ring. And a big-time scoop and a big-time slam. There it is. Love to Love.
Listen, Love held it up there for a long, long time, and out of the ring goes Angelina Love. Psycho Love there to try to console each other here.
Yeah, now see Psycho Boy trying to help Angelina Love back up. And you see Brad Attitude approaching them with that strut once again.
Yeah, that strut is very, very interesting. And again, remember, the legal men in this match, or legal parties rather, are, of course, Brad Attitude and Psycho Boy Fodder.
Oh, now look at this. We talk about it all the time, GB. They work together like great tag teams where Fodder went in, distracted the referee, Angelina Love grabbing the ankles of Brad Attitude, and now Fodder back with the advantage.
They are the epitome of a tag team, one knowing what the other one is doing, and that's what we see here with Psycho Love. And now this is where Fodder wants to be, on the outside, totally changing and breaking the rules and creating all sorts of havoc and chaos.
Brad Attitude on wobbly legs right now as he's on the other side of the ring, and now Fodder going to send him face first into the ring apron one more time.
You know, this is the thing that really differentiates.
Whoa, is that Nacho Libre?
Oh, it certainly looks like it. How did he make it here?
Jack Black.
You just never know who'll show up at these events.
I'll tell you what, man. Wake Forest, North Carolina, you just never know, GB. And now both men back in the ring, and Fodder now on the attack.
I'll tell you what, one of the things that we saw in terms of this team of Psycho Love, their willingness to do anything to get the advantage. And as of right now, it doesn't look like Brad Attitude and Amy Love are really as driven to break the rules. They want to do things within the confines of the rules, and so now this is causing a great challenge for them.
I tell you what, though, this great crowd here, they have been so loud all night long. Firmly behind, pin attempt here.
Attitude.
They are firmly behind Brad Attitude and Amy Love, and they're trying to will their guys on here, but right now, like you mentioned, Psycho Love just too much.
Yeah, you've got to wonder now, what does Brad Attitude and Amy Love have to do to get back in this match? Will they have to bend the rule, perhaps, to take advantage? Because right now, all things are lying in the advantage of Psycho Love. And now there is a tag.
And now, classic series of moves here from Fodder. And look at this. Angelina Love going to get a piece of Brad Attitude and rubs it right in the face of Amy Love. And now a pin attempt here, GB. See, that's what I said. We had the mixed tag rules early on, but now I'm not real sure. The referee being a little loose with the rules, and there's a big leg drop across the throat of Brad Attitude.
It feels like it's modulating somewhere between mixed tag and intergender, and now that's a big leg drop.
Oh, wow. Wait a second, GB.
Now there's that lick.
It's Fodder's favorite part of the match. He takes that lick and he keeps on pinning, but it's not going to be enough this time.
That lick is akin to Popeye's spinach right now.
He hooked both legs that time, still not going to be enough, and now another lateral press. Brad Attitude not going to give up just yet, reaching out, trying to make a tag to his wife.
And I think in a moment like this, I don't know that Fodder was as interested in gaining the pinfall as he was as wearing down Brad Attitude, and all of those kickouts have a tendency to do just that.
Ooh, now finally Brad Attitude able to reverse the momentum and send Fodder headfirst into that top turnbuckle. Now a big body shot there, but a handful of hair from Fodder to Brad Attitude.
There's a part of me that wonders if that husbandly pride right now did not work well for Brad Attitude. Brad Attitude should have actually gone for the tag to get himself out of there and get the fresh party in this tag team in there, but instead he wanted to handle it. He wanted to be, quote-unquote, the man, and I don't mean Becky Lynch.
Fodder now rolls back through, and now
a blatant chokehold.
We have seen this plenty from Fodder right in front of the referee reprimanding him now.
And again, it's not fully breaking the rules unless he gets to that count of five.
But look at here, GB, as Fodder distracts the ref. Angelina Love right back on the attack, choking Brad Attitude across that middle rope.
And these are the things that Attitude and Love are not willing to do, and I think that's partially what's been giving the overall advantage in this match to Psycho Love.
Brad Attitude back up, face first, top turnbuckle. Fodder going to send him across. With some force.
Absolutely. Brad Attitude's in big trouble. He desperately needs to tag out and bring in his wife, Amy Love.
Gonna send Brad Attitude across one more time, again with some force, and spine first, right to that top turnbuckle goes Brad Attitude, and look at him, he's not moving.
He's not. This is not boding well at all for the team of Brad Attitude and Amy Love, and it could be just a matter of time at this point.
And you see Fodder just taking a little too much time dealing with the crowd rather than taking advantage. I think he might have had a pin there.
Yeah, he could have.
Oh, look at this. Oh, a bit of a zigzag, kind of a shades of his former tag team partner there, Dolph Ziggler.
Absolutely, and he certainly needed that to create some space. And now the question is, can he get over to his wife, Amy Love, and begin to really change the momentum in this tag team matchup?
Both competitors down, both men stirring now, trying to get back up to their feet. You see Fodder trying to crawl to his corner, try to make the tag to Angelina Love. Meanwhile, Brad Attitude trying to tag in Amy Love.
And now the tag has been made. The women of Love, dare I say, fighting more like it's love and hip-hop. And I'll tell you at this point, right now, Amy Love is in control.
And our great crowd here for FWE Reload coming alive for Amy Love as she sends Angelina face first, taking her on a tour of the ring the hard way, face first into the top turnbuckles.
If this were a strap match, I think that the win would right now go to Amy Love and Brad Attitude, as Amy Love has taken Angelina Love to all four corners and spending some extra time in this one.
And now Angelina Love has no idea where she is right now, just punching at the air. And what does Amy Love have in mind here? Looking for a neck breaker, perhaps.
It looked like it could have almost been like a rude awakening, and bicycle kick blocked there.
Oh,
and
there's
now
the
she
neck
gets
breaker.
it.
There's the neck breaker. Amy Love going to float over, hooks that outside leg, but no, Fodder going to break it up just in time.
I'm telling you what Psycho Love is willing to. Whoa! I was starting to say what they're willing to do. This could be going a little too far.
And now a chop right to the throat from Amy Love, and now a super kick from Brad Attitude takes down Fodder.
And now it looks as though the momentum is in favor of Brad Attitude and Amy Love.
Fodder in trouble now. Tag team work from the married couple, and here it is. Big double suplex to Fodder. Fodder gonna roll to the outside and a kiss. Seal it with a kiss, GB.
Yeah, that's real nice, but maybe save the kiss until after the match.
Cross body from Brad Attitude to the outside, but Amy Love better turn around. Angelina Love, Botox injection.
Woo-hoo.
That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it, GB.
That's a wrap.
And Psycho Love remain undefeated as a mixed tag team. How about that?
This team of Psycho Love was willing to do what they had to do, and really I think the difference makers in this match was their willingness to really distract the referee, their willingness to cause chaos, and that has resulted in a massive win for this team. And there is the wonderful look.
Psycho Love victorious once again. Like it or not, they are your winners here tonight at FWE Reload.